It's Fire Breather February on youtube.com/Flippy the Master of Pie. How could I start a month of monsters without focusing on the one that towers above them all, Godzilla? Or to be more specific, the Japanese version, Godzilla. The greatest monster movie ever made, and arguably one of the greatest movies ever made, period. This film has created a nuclear shockwave of countless imitators, none of which quite match up to the power of the original, even later films in the Godzilla series itself. Spurred on by King Kong's re-release in Japan and 1953's The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, Toho Studios decided that they were going to put their own spin on the monster mania that had swept Japan. The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms had started a trend of nuclear movie monsters, and who knew the effects of the atomic bomb better than Japan? So Toho signed on Ishiro Honda, who had witnessed the destruction firsthand, something that obviously stuck with him as he created the movie. I can confidently say with no hyperbole that the resulting film is a masterpiece. A solemn parable of a primordial terror created through man's own folly. Godzilla wasn't a metaphor of the atomic bomb, he was the atomic bomb. Godzilla was the destruction that they faced. Godzilla was the fear that they saw. Godzilla was the constant threat that was hanging over them. The film is dark, gritty, and beautiful. The suitmation and miniatures, though primitive even for the time, were pulled off convincingly thanks to the use of high camera speed and proper atmospheric fog. But of course what makes the movie is its grim portrayal of how the destruction destroys the lives of those around it. I still get goosebumps when the choir of school children sing a haunting song to show their respects for those who perished. That's just sad, man. If you haven't seen this movie, you are seriously doing yourself a disservice. Go check it out. The film was of course recut and Americanized when it came over here to the West in 1956, but it's still a good monster movie in that version, even if they softened some of the anti-nuclear sentiment a bit. But it's just not the masterpiece that the original Japanese version was. But until recently, that was the only way you could see it. But just after the film's 50th anniversary, Classic Media put out a DVD that had the restored original movie for everyone to see. Ignoring some video problems like terrible grain reduction, this is a great DVD and has some great bonus features to boot. But this year, the Criterion Collection picked up the license and released a fully remastered, picture-perfect version of the film on Blu-ray, and it's highly recommended. Rumor has it that this was even the Criterion Collection's most pre-ordered release. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, it just means that more and more people are able to see and appreciate this film in a way that nobody ever has before, and that can only be a good thing. Tune in next week for more Fire Breather February on youtube.com/Flippy the Master of Pie.